Welcome. This is Crime Queen. If you are joining us for the first time, this is the channel where we get excited about love. This is where we ignite that which dwells from within us, that which comes alive, makes us smile, makes us laugh. Hence we say the crimson light is life. So the crimson light is where we are exploring words and numbers to actualize in self-full love. When we say actualize in self-full love, no, it gives the impression that it's only about the self, but we're looking at the self as a whole. And as a whole meaning you, myself, my W, because you are my W in essence. Okay, so I hope that clarifies that self-full love. But of course, when we pay particular attention to what we think of, like thought, of course, or we birth new thoughts, like we have been exploring the number 9, we rapture thoughts or thoughts get raptured. We are looking at, of course, this is where we have the sense of control to begin with ourselves, and then we become like mirrors to others. Of course, others are mirror to ourselves, vice versa, because that's what the oneness is about. Okay, so we are continuing to explore rapture. And it's really it's sort of a bit challenging in a sense that personally I have seen myself, I have experienced having various life transformation, huge life transformation or events happening in my life around September and October. Now, I have been wondering, is it perhaps there is a collective force or awareness of that time of year where people are talking more about what's happening or talking more about the experiences or and could it be that collective awareness or energy is what really gives more vibration to that expectation of a rapture happening on the 23rd of September 2017? So I had been wrapped up with these thoughts and questions, really addressing the idea of a rapture. And it's not only about the rapture. I tried not to get too involved in that subject. However, again, that's what the energy is about. You hear it, and of course, if you're about personal development, you will come across it. So there's the other tendency that we become very discriminative of what we engage in, what we give attention to, because what you give attention to is what you give life to. Now, that is the question that I have been addressing with myself, because in my understanding, the stories of this rapture, which we have been taking literal, we have been with expectation of something happening. And that is the thing that I really want to address in numerology. So basically, all the numbers that I have been working with around September, looking at the 3 segments of this September month, which coincides with the number 3 that we have been looking at here. So it's the 3, 6, and 9. 3, 6, and 9. I have been looking at this, and of course, a lot of the 3s. We see how the 3s have been showing up. We see how 6 have showed up. We see how 9s, particularly 9s, have been showing up. 9s have been showing up because there's a great expectation for 9. Something new is going to rapture. That's what the subject is about. Now, this also derived, of course, there's the story of Jesus is going to come. There's going to be a rapture, or Jesus is going to come in the clouds, and all eyes shall behold him, and those who have been dead in Christ shall rise again. And there's the story that goes on. Now, I say it's a story because I think we are forgetting that the pattern of how we have been conditioned um, is the exact carbon copy of what this is what I believe, of what we have been, that has been going on for centuries, meaning we learn through stories. And that is what I am believing. And I'm feeling, perhaps this is giving me an opportunity to really own where I stand on this spectrum, on this subject. I am believing that the land that we, for instance, in the story of Moses and the children of Israel, this is slightly separate. Different, but no, it's really because they were so unruly, and all these generations of people have come and have not pleased God, and then God had to send his only begotten son to die for all sins. So basically all of this is still part of the story. And so in that story, it's that it is presenting us with the notion to really, it's they also has a fear factor of those who are not ready for that rapture, because Christ is going to come and raise those who have been dead in Christ from the dead, from the grave. And then so there we are, we have this is a vision or story or preaching that was conveyed through Paul, or Paul, I believe it is, in the scriptures. And of course, they who had walked with Christ, this is the stories that we are getting. And I am believing that those stories have layers of truth. The layers of truth that I believe those stories hold is really that the rapture is presented to us on a, we could even say, on a moment by moment basis, as long as we can identify with the functions of these patterns in our behaviors, in our thought. Hence the word thought also equals 9. So particularly in our thought, if we were to take this into consideration, thought is 9. That is saying there is a rapture that takes place every time we have a thought. And that, in essence, is also saying to us to be mindful of that which we get impregnated on, as in number 6, because then that is what gives birth to whatever rapture that takes place. And hence, this is why when we add 6 and 9 together, we get 15. Now, 15 also puts us here in this middle column where we are new. That is presenting to me, in fact, an even clearer picture when we see that 9 is 6 and 6 is 9. And so when we do the numerical value for the word 9, we see how the functions are interrelated, like a woman was impregnated with a sperm and with the sperm cells, and then she gives birth to a boy or a girl. If that sperm was healthy or not, or for whatever reason or whatever else was taking place that could positively affect the child or adversely, we see that there's where the journey takes place. That's the journey where one takes into consideration the heaven and the earth. So we are looking at the whole. This is where the eye is, with eyes open. The eyes is also another representation of the rapture, because every time we see something, or we take in a thought or image, or an image, or we are capturing or assimilating the essence or meaning of something, we have permitted ourselves a rapture. That rapture is really saying, what do I do with this that I have thought about. This is why it is said we collect a lot of thoughts and we either dismiss some, or we shelve some, or we what's most important to us, we take those into consideration, because we go through thousands of thoughts throughout the day, or hundreds, thousands, I believe it's thousands, we are told, but we have learned how to dissociate or eliminate most of the things that really have less importance to us. So this again is another form of rapture. So the word rapture that we have been looking at very closely, and I do put my hand up that, as I say, I do notice in the 9th month, and perhaps again because it is 9 and it has got that vibration of birthing, because we have, as a collective people, we have placed our intention and our attention on that 9 vibration, and hence we are with expectation that there will be a rapture. Now, that rapture, for most of us, we are not even clear what it means to us. But I am believing that it is essential that we get a sense of what it means to us, what values, or not just values, but really understanding that the word rapture has a degree of, it has a function. It is a new birth. It is birthing newness, and it's presenting us a chance to grow. Hence, I think the word grow also equals 9. So let's just do grow here. Grow. So this is 5, 6, 9, 7. So 11, 27. So 27, that gives us 2 plus 7. Of course, as I said, this is the 2 is where we form partnership, and the 7 is where we are on gypsy journey. This is where we have birthed or impregnated, or whatever it is, in this sense, impregnated, and so basically we have done everything ready to deliver. It is that preparation of delivering. You already have the baby as a mother. You already have the crib. You have everything in place. The doctor, the hospital, all your blood tests, everything is in place. And this is on the 7th. You are doing this journey, ensuring everything is in place. So that equals 9. And it's those 2 functions together really gives us that birth. It helps us because with that assimilation or act or assessment of your heaven and earth from headquarters zone into headquarters zone here, where we have gone into headquarters zone, you see that also is still reflective of the 6 vibration, the 6 of that pregnancy that I am talking about. So we are still there with that with the pregnancy, and so you pay. This is where we pay our dues to the inland revenue on the number 9. Basically, when you are in gypsy journey, of course, we could say this is where you are stirred up again, that vibration helping you to get into the contractions, the readiness for that which must birth. Okay, so I just felt it was really important to address this subject, and it's as if that we have this this template is offering us a miniature, if you like, or it's really a template depending how we choose to apply it, but it's really saying every moment, and every moment of everything we are doing, and as long as we or the more we bring into awareness our actions, we will be able to break those behaviors or actions in segments where we can really come into awareness that we are both in newness as we go along. So the rapture is on a very big scale. People are talking about it in a way that is really very huge events are going to happen, because I believe we have taken it into our account, or taken it into account, and we have magnified that expectation. Hence, we are dealing with a classic example of the visualization that we use to bring about the manifestation of our desires. So I am feeling, if people are wanting to preserve lives, as they say, or whatever it is, that or to promote goodness, how about we look at scale this expectation in a way that we can address our behaviors, our thoughts, because thought is nine. Because every time we have this thought, meaning if we have this thought that is intensified with that huge expectation, then that's what we are having. We are going to be faced with that big baby, which we may not like. And that's what I am trying to say here. So, how about we really take into consideration um, the aspect of this that which we feel will help us grow and to become better versions and expressions of life. So thank you for watching. I hope you like this. I hope you find this insightful in some way. Please leave your comments, like, subscribe, and because this is how we do it, please share to actualizing self-love. Stay blessed, stay bright, be a field, because we are planting new seeds, and stay ignited. Thank you.